Hey guys, so today I'm going to be making a shrimp boil. So I'm going to just show you really quickly everything that I'm going to use. I have some shrimp. I actually used 2 bags of shrimp from Stater Brothers because we really like shrimp, so I'm going to make a lot of that. And then I have some frozen corn nibblers. I got the frozen ones a while ago, but I just remembered that I had them, so I just use those. I do like to use whole corn from the grocery store and just cut those up, but I had these, so I'm going to use those. I'm going to be using some hot smoked sausage. It's quarantine time right now, and literally this was the only one they had at the grocery store, but I'm fine with that. Hot smoked sausage. I'm actually going to put some chicken in it for the first time. This is boneless, skinless chicken. I'm only gonna use maybe 1 of these. I got 2, but I'm only gonna maybe use 1. I've never put chicken in mine before, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it today. My potatoes are just boiling a little bit right now. I got 8 of these red potatoes from the store. I like to boil them maybe like halfway, 60%, 70% of the way cooked, and then I cut them up and put them in my pan with everything. And I do like to boil my corn a little bit too. And this is the pan that I'm going to be using from Stater Brothers to put it all together. So now let me show you everything else I'm going to add. I'm going to add a little bit of cilantro. I have some onion, lemons, of course, or you can use lemon juice. I have lemon juice here too, so if you have that, that's cool. Parsley, some olive oil, lemon pepper seasoning, some garlic salt, Creole seasoning, y'all, must have. Black pepper, chili powder, Cajun seasoning, cayenne pepper, red pepper flake, garlic powder, onion powder, and some smoked paprika. So I think that's everything that I'm going to be adding to my boil. So I'll show you guys as I go through everything and how I cut it and everything like that. So here we go. Okay, so I'm actually going to use 1 chicken. So once my potatoes and my corn are pretty much cooked, I'm gonna take those off the stove and then put my chicken in. All right, so take a little bit of olive oil, put it in a heated pan, probably about 2 tablespoons. I don't really measure, so that's cool. Let that heat up. I got 2 pounds of shrimp right here, and I'm just gonna season it just a little bit. It doesn't have to be seasoned a ton, because once you put it with everything else, you're going to season it some more. All right, put your shrimp in the pan, let it cook. All of my shrimp in there. Okay, so now that my shrimp is starting to cook, I'm going to just season my shrimp with the Creole seasoning, black pepper, and lemon pepper. That's all that I'm going to put on the shrimp for right now. Throw the seasoning in there with it. Alright, so just let your shrimp cook until it's nice and pink. I didn't buy the pre-cooked shrimp, so that's why I'm cooking it first, and then I'm going to put it with everything else in the pan for my boil. So I cooked 6 corn nibblers already. I can add these 6 that I've already cooked to the pan. While these 6 are cooking over here, I'm going to add those to the pan in a second. I'm going to add a spoonful of minced garlic to the shrimp as it's cooking. Add as much as you need. I like garlic. Some people don't, but I add a lot. So I'm gonna add that to the shrimp while it's cooking. So while everything is cooking, my shrimp is still on. I'm going to cut open my hot smoked sausage, and you're gonna need the whole thing. And I actually cut the sausage in half, going right down the middle. And then I start slicing it into pieces. All right, so I'm going to take the shrimp out and then cook the chicken in the thinner slices. Okay, so the shrimp is completely done. So I'm just gonna take this out and put it to the side. And I'm not gonna clean out this pan or anything. I'm gonna use the same juices and marinades from the shrimp to cook my chicken in. So let's get all this out. All right, so that's done. Now I'm literally just going to toss my chicken in and just let that cook. And once my chicken is done cooking, I'm going to cut it up into much smaller pieces. Get that marinade all over the chicken. This is about to be bomb. All right, so let that cook and then we'll come back. Okay, so my potatoes are about 75% of the way cooked. I'm gonna cut them into fours. Oh, they hot. All right, so once my potatoes are cut in fours, I'm gonna just add that to the pan of corn over here. All right, just let that fall in there. Get it all nice and flat. When I'm making this much shrimp boil, I use a whole onion. You don't need to dice the onion. You just need to make sure it's cut up just enough. And that's it. I just like to cut it up just like that. Break it apart. And then I just toss it on top of my corn and my potatoes. If you couldn't tell, I like onions. Okay, now I can go ahead and season everything. All right, so I'm about to season my shrimp boil. I'm gonna use my Creole seasoning. Put that all on there. I think I have some more. My lemon pepper seasoning. Cajun seasoning. Just a little bit of chili powder and a little bit of cayenne. The black pepper. Just a little bit of your red pepper flakes. You don't want, it's already hot enough. You don't need it fired. Garlic salt. And more, but garlic powder this time. If you couldn't tell, we like garlic. Some smoked paprika. And onion powder. Okay, so now I am going to add my sausage, spread those out, and my shrimp. Spread this out as well. And I'm going to cut up my chicken into smaller pieces, and I'm gonna throw this in there as well. All right, so that's all cut up. Throw that in there right on top. All right, now you can go in and cut up some cilantro. Not a lot, you just need a little bit. Chop it up a little bit. Okay, all right, so the parsley, and I like to use a lot of it. More Creole seasoning and your lemon. I like to use 2 lemons on top of this. Oven. By the time you guys get to this point, turn your oven up to 350. And last but not least, you're gonna cut butter, the whole stick of butter, completely over the whole thing. Just use your knife, cut pieces of butter, lay it on top. All right, that's it. Put some foil over this, put it into the oven, and I'll come back to you when I'm ready to like mix it up, and then I'll come back. All right guys, so I didn't talk about the rice at all that I was gonna make, but it's simple. I'm just making some white rice. I added 4 cups of water, 2 cups of rice. I added 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, a tablespoon of parsley, and half of a tablespoon of Creole seasoning in here. And that's all I used for my rice. So I'm gonna let that cook, and now I'm gonna mix up the shrimp boil. All right, so I'm just gonna move everything around, mix all the juices and everything in here. Get the chicken down. And I'm also, all this at the bottom, this is what you want all over your rice. So definitely mix it around, make it all nice and juicy. And I'm actually going to add more butter to it. So this is like another half a stick of butter. So add that in there. I let it sit for about 30 minutes, and now I'm gonna let it sit for just another 15 minutes. All right guys, so I let it sit in there for a little while, and it is completely done. All of the stuff is cooked. Got my hot sausage in there. My corn is cooked real good. All that buttery juiciness down at the bottom. And now I am ready to put this on the plate with some rice and eat it. All right, so just take some of this rice, plate that. Take some of your shrimp boil, get some potatoes, make sure you get a little bit of everything on here. Plenty of shrimp, chicken, onions, all of that. And of course, you can't forget the nice buttery sauce at the bottom. Some people make their sauce separate, and then, you know, that way they can kind of dip it into their food. but I just use the sauce from the pan and kind of throw that on there. All it is butter and seasonings anyway. And that's it. Time to eat. Here, babe.